Fred Lewis has done it again, turning what looked like another grueling season on the icy river into the biggest payday of his career. With the dredge running nonstop, Fred and his crew struck a gold vein worth a staggering $44 million, confirming that patience, skill, and sheer determination can still beat the odds in the high-stakes world of gold mining. For months, teams had whispered about the hidden pockets beneath the frozen currents, but few believed the river could yield anything close to a fortune of this magnitude. Now the numbers speak for themselves. Chutes overflowing with nuggets, sluice boxes groaning under the weight of gold, and assay sheets that defy imagination. Every scoop was a revelation, every pan a reminder of why Fred has earned his reputation as one of the most relentless miners in the business. Competitors can watch and speculate, but this find cements his dominance on the icy frontier. Fred's crew worked with precision and grit, overcoming freezing temperatures, mechanical failures, and unpredictable currents to reach the heart of the deposit. The $44 million haul isn't just gold. It's proof that in this game, fortune favors the bold, and Fred Lewis has just raised the stakes higher than ever. Smash that like button and subscribe now, because what Fred Lewis is about to uncover on this icy river will blow your mind. Fred Lewis steps out onto the frozen banks of a river that has swallowed ambition, gear, and dreams for over a century. This isn't just any stretch of water. Locals whisper that it's cursed, a place that swallows greed and returns gold only to those bold, or perhaps reckless, enough to try. The chill bites through layers of clothing, but Fred barely notices. His eyes scan the horizon, landing on the skeletons of abandoned dredges half frozen in ice, rusted pipes jutting like skeletal fingers from the riverbed. He approaches one cautiously, tapping the ice-covered controls. A groan echoes from within, metal straining under the weight of decades, and for a moment it feels like the river itself is watching, testing him. The stories say miners in the 1800s vanished here, leaving behind cryptic markers and caches that have confounded generations. Fred kneels, brushing away snow from a moss-covered rock. Faint carvings emerge, X-shaped marks, almost like arrows pointing somewhere. But to where? Maps won't tell him. GPS won't help. This is a puzzle crafted by history, and Fred intends to solve it. He checks his journal, cross-referencing old archaeological notes with river flow and sediment patterns. Every clue aligns, hinting at hidden wealth beneath layers of ice and rock. Crew members look uneasy, murmuring about the curses, the vanished teams, the river that takes. Fred shrugs off the warnings. Instinct and experience are his guides, not fear. Then the journal surfaces. A tattered, yellowed 19th-century leather-bound book, discovered in an antique shop miles away from the river, opens to a series of sketches showing bends, small islands, and strange symbols etched along the banks. Fred studies it closely. X's carved into trees, rocks, and even frozen stumps. Could these really indicate gold, or are they merely remnants of a prospector's map that never led anywhere? The crew debates the meaning, tension rising as some insist this is superstition, a fool's errand. But Fred's eyes light up. He points to the river bend marked with 3 consecutive X's. "This is it. This is where we start," he says, and despite their doubts, they follow. Drones buzz overhead, scanning ice pockets for anomalies. The infrared sensors pick up unexpected metallic reflections, glinting under thin layers of frozen water, hints that Fred's instincts might be right. "We're not just chasing gold," he mutters to the crew. "We're chasing history buried in ice." And so they move, dredges creaking, chains grinding against frozen hulls, setting the stage for a discovery centuries in the making. But the river doesn't give up its secrets easily. Specialized ice-breaking dredges struggle to maintain footing. ice cracking ominously under hydraulic pressure. Every extraction attempt is a gamble. The river seems alive, resisting, testing the crew at every turn. Half-buried equipment from past explorers appears in the shifting ice, frozen in time. Dates etched decades ago stare back at them like warnings. One dredge snags a metal plate, sending a tremor through the entire setup. Crew members step back, eyes wide, unsure whether to fear collapse or seize the opportunity. At night, the river's mysteries deepen. A whistling sound drifts across the frozen expanse, a mournful, haunting note that seems almost deliberate. Is it wind, wildlife, or the spirits of miners long gone, guarding the treasure that swallowed them? Crew members huddle in makeshift shelters, shivering not just from cold, but from a creeping sense that the river is watching, calculating. Fred, undeterred, surveys the ice with infrared and sonar in tandem, detecting faint metallic vibrations beneath thick sheets of frost. He pinpoints a subtle anomaly, a glimmer beneath the ice that could be the mother lode they've been hunting. Fear and excitement wrestle through the crew, shaping every movement. Mistakes happen. A misjudged dredge angle sends icy water spraying, freezing hands and slowing operations. Yet, bold discoveries follow immediately. A golden shimmer caught in sonar, the unmistakable gleam of metal beneath frozen sediment. Fred's voice cuts through the chaos, steady, commanding. Mark it, dig slow, document everything. Each breakthrough intensifies the anticipation. The ice, the river, the haunted past, they are all part of the challenge. Every glint of gold they uncover seems to tease what's next, pushing the crew to work faster, think smarter, and trust Fred's vision. Even the environment conspires against them. Cold seeps into bones, ice shifts unpredictably, and yet the crew presses on, adrenaline-fueled, adrenaline-frightened, each swing of machinery a dance with danger. Every X-shaped marker they follow leads to subtle changes in ice patterns, new reflections, and further evidence that the river might actually be hiding something extraordinary. Fred doesn't just see gold, he sees the history embedded in every frozen nook, every submerged dredge, every glimmering quartz layer. He knows that patience and precision here are as valuable as courage. As the first sunlight hits the river's edge, glinting off frost and metal, the crew pauses for a breath, scanning the ice for the next anomaly. The feeling is electric. This is more than a hunt for wealth. It's a race against time, nature, and history itself. The river has revealed its first secrets, teasing a jackpot deeper within the ice, and Fred Lewis is ready to follow it wherever it leads. Machines groan, ice cracks, and sensors beep. Something enormous lies beneath, waiting, just out of reach, daring them to uncover the next clue. And just as the river seems to settle, the sonar picks up another faint shimmer, a metallic pulse beneath a newly cracked sheet of ice. The team freezes, hearts pounding. Fred signals forward, pointing toward the glint. This is it. Everything we've been chasing, it's right here. Hands move quickly, machinery roars, and anticipation skyrockets. The past collides with the present. The frozen river's secrets are beginning to surface. As the ice breaks and the nuggets emerge, the crew realizes this isn't just a mother lode. It's something far rarer, a treasure that carries stories centuries in the making. The first shimmer catches the light like sunlight through smoke. Gold embedded in green-tinted quartz that seems almost unnatural. Fred leans closer, eyes narrowing at the tiny symbols etched along the edges of larger nuggets. Geometric and precise, they hint at smelting techniques far older than any modern miner would recognize. These aren't just nuggets, they're artifacts, remnants of secretive miners from a long-lost era. Every glint, every etched line tells a story frozen in stone, electrifying the crew with the weight of history in their hands. Rival companies, always hungry for any advantage, begin spreading rumors that the discovery is minor, that Fred's reports are exaggerations. Flyers circulate, posts appear online, claiming the icy river gold is nothing more than flecks scattered through common quartz. Fred's team ignores it, knowing the real treasure lies beneath, where no rival has dared or survived to dig. Working in near-total isolation, the crew meticulously documents every find, photographing the engraved symbols, analyzing mineral composition, and cataloging anomalies that may indicate man-made interventions centuries old. The air is tense, a mix of frostbite and anticipation, as each extraction reveals hints of a vein unlike any other in modern mining records. Yet, just as excitement peaks, betrayal cuts deeper than the icy river ever could. One night, during a routine shift, a crew member is caught attempting to smuggle small nuggets. Hidden in pockets and inside equipment, the gold meant to be part of the collective discovery is being siphoned away under the cover of darkness. Fred, prepared for treachery, had installed GPS trackers in the dredges and immediately uncovers the sabotage. The revelation spreads quickly through the camp, tension skyrocketing as trust fractures among those who have braved sub-zero nights and near-death extractions. Debates flare. Do they continue with the saboteur among them, risking further theft, or take drastic action and risk losing manpower? Compounding the internal strife, rival drones are spotted hovering above the river at odd intervals, scanning for any sign of activity. Fred's mind races. Corporate espionage is now layered atop internal conflict, creating a storm of pressure unlike anything the crew has faced. He makes a decisive call, doubling night shifts and installing live feed cameras across the dredging zones. Every angle is monitored, every movement tracked, ensuring that nothing escapes the team's scrutiny. Trust must be rebuilt, discipline enforced, and focus maintained, because the river's secrets demand attention at all times. Then nature intervenes. A sudden thaw loosens layers of compacted ice and exposes deeper channels that have remained untouched for centuries. The river seems to pulse beneath them, revealing pockets of gold clusters in ways that almost feel intentional, as if the river itself wants to be found, but only by those willing to risk everything. Fred makes the boldest move yet, a deep dredge maneuver using controlled underwater explosives designed to crack compacted quartz and loosen ice without destroying the treasure below. The operation is tense. Every detonation must be calculated, every extraction precisely timed. The first explosion sends a spray of ice and sediment into the air. As the dredge clears the debris, an enormous nugget emerges from the riverbed. 150 pounds of almost impossibly pure gold, its surface catching the weak sunlight like molten metal frozen in time. The crew gasps collectively, aware that they are handling a piece of history that could redefine gold mining in cold regions. Extraction is a battle. Shifting ice threatens to crush the dredge, currents tug at lines, and machinery groans under the immense weight. Hands shake from both cold and adrenaline, each moment balanced between triumph and disaster. Fred steps forward, surveying the haul with a mixture of awe and calculation. This is more than a find. It's the mother vein, the core of the river's legendary wealth, an artery of gold that has lain hidden beneath layers of ice and stone for centuries. He coordinates the crew, issuing commands that are both precise and urgent, every second crucial. The ice cracks ominously nearby, sending sprays of water that freeze mid-air in sharp, glittering arcs, as if the river itself is warning them to proceed with care. The operation continues, relentless. Each extraction reveals further nuggets, some smaller but embedded with the same enigmatic markings, confirming Fred's earlier suspicions that this vein carries artifacts or remnants of historical mining techniques long lost. Crew members move like clockwork, hauling ore into temporary ice-secured vaults, cataloging and photographing every piece to ensure nothing of historical or monetary value is lost. The tension between excitement and danger is palpable. One slip could cost not only the gold, but lives, but the potential reward drives every member forward. Amid the chaos, Fred reflects on the journey that brought them here. Abandoned dredges, frozen legends, cryptic journals, and the whispers of a river that tests the brave. Every decision, following the ancient markers, trusting instincts over tech, enduring internal betrayal, has led to this moment. The river has revealed its first full glimpse of glory, teasing the mother vein but refusing to surrender it fully. Every pulse of sonar, every metallic shimmer beneath the ice, every glint of gold carries with it the promise of more. More wealth, more history, more discovery waiting in the shadows of frozen channels yet unexplored. The crew pauses briefly to regroup, eyes scanning the icy expanse for the next anomaly. The air is thick with frost and anticipation. Even as machines roar, dredges strain, and ice threatens to collapse, there's a sense that the river is now alive in a new way. It has revealed its bounty, but keeps the full extent tantalizingly out of reach. Fred knows that the coming days will demand every ounce of courage, ingenuity, and resilience from his team. Every marker followed, every nugget extracted, every ounce of risk taken has led them here. And the river, patient as ever, is ready to test them further. As they ready the dredges for the next sweep, sonar pulses pick up new metallic anomalies deeper in the riverbed, shining beneath freshly cracked ice. The crew leans in, hearts pounding, aware that even larger treasures may lie just out of reach. Fred signals forward, voice steady despite the chaos. The mother vein has revealed a part of itself, but the river is far from done. Every extraction, every calculated move, every glint of gold and artifact-laden quartz draws them closer to the unimaginable wealth hidden for centuries. When the first dredged pile is hauled in, the crew gathers around, breathless. Fred stares at the collection, awe mixing with disbelief. The nuggets aren't just gold anymore. Traces of platinum shimmer under frost. Ruby-like minerals catch the weak sunlight, and strange metallic alloys twist in patterns too precise to be natural. Fred bends closer, gloved hand tracing a jagged edge. These weren't just left by chance, he mutters. A theory forms, an ancient trade network perhaps, deliberately depositing wealth in this frozen river. This isn't just a gold vein, it could be the first multi-metal cold region jackpot in history, blending natural bounty with deliberate human craftsmanship. Every nugget is cataloged meticulously. Crew members photograph each angle, analyze composition, and tag anomalies, knowing that even a single missed observation could erase centuries of historical clues. The partially melted logbook recovered earlier lies open on a frost-covered table, revealing faint notes and sketches from miners who vanished decades ago. Their entries hint at gold caches, unexplained markings, and even warnings about rival crews and the river itself. Fred's eyes linger on a smudged symbol resembling the X's they had followed upstream. Could these past explorers have uncovered a similar vein and simply disappeared into legend? The question fuels both fear and excitement. Every movement in the icy expanse could either confirm their discovery or lead to catastrophe. Nature refuses to sit idly by. A sudden surge of ice, unpredictable and violent, snaps a support beam against the dredge. Chains rattle as shifting ice encases part of the machinery, threatening to trap tons of gold beneath solid frozen layers. Crew members scramble, improvising with winches, heated torches, and reinforced cables, each action timed with precision to prevent catastrophic loss. Water sprays, steam rises, and every step carries risk, But the team presses on, driven by the glittering promise of wealth and historical significance. Near misses with falling ice blocks leave hearts racing. One misstep could crush machinery, bury treasure, or worse, injure a crew member in seconds. Adrenaline is high, the river a living entity testing every decision, every reaction. Amid the chaos, partial footage leaks to media outlets, igniting a frenzy. Images of glimmering gold, quartz-studded nuggets, and frost-coated machinery flood social media feeds, drawing international attention. Frozen gold fever becomes the trending term, with enthusiasts, investors, and rival miners speculating wildly about the scale of the find. Fred remains focused. He knows that any distraction could cost them months of work or the haul itself. Pushing forward, he orders maximum extraction, recognizing that winter will soon reclaim the river entirely. Every dredge, every scoop, every calculation is now a race against time and the frozen currents. Then it happens. Extraction yields a haul beyond expectation. $44 million in gold, rare minerals, and artifact-like nuggets combine into a staggering collection of frozen wealth. Some pieces reveal crystalline formations resembling frozen river currents trapped inside the gold, twisting like liquid captured mid-flow. Crew members work methodically, lifting, cataloging, and photographing each nugget, their breaths steaming in the bitter air. There's elation, but it's tempered by caution. The river has already proven it can strike back violently. And even now, ice surges and shifting water threaten to reclaim the treasure at any moment. Celebration is measured. Frost-bitten hands shake with excitement. Smiles flash beneath frost-coated hoods, but eyes never leave the dredge or the river. Social media erupts instantly. Hashtags like #FrozenJackpot and #LewisGold dominate mining circles, drawing fans and skeptics alike into a worldwide conversation. The buzz spreads rapidly, with live updates and video clips sparking debates over the authenticity, scale, and implications of the discovery. Analysts speculate whether this haul is the pinnacle of cold region mining or just the beginning of a larger, untapped vein downstream. Fred observes the collection, marveling at the anomalies and the scale. The combination of gold, rare minerals, and historical artifacts suggests a story centuries in the making. Each nugget holds a piece of history, each crystalline pattern a frozen fingerprint of geological and human activity intertwined. Crew members, though exhausted, share glances of awe. Some nod silently, others whisper theories about who left the artifacts, why, and how much more might lie concealed beneath ice still unbroken. The river hums beneath them, an invisible current hinting at mysteries yet to surface. Shifting ice reflects sunlight in fractured prisms, turning the haul into a spectacle of gold and color. Fred's mind races. Downstream channels remain unscanned. Sonar picks up faint metallic pulses in unexplored pockets, and the partially melted logbook continues to suggest caches that no one has touched for generations. The potential for even greater discoveries looms, a tantalizing lure that keeps the team moving with urgency. Machines roar as dredges continue their relentless sweep. Every scoop uncovers nuggets that defy expectation, some unusually large, some etched with cryptic markings, and some fused with rare minerals that could fetch millions beyond the gold itself. Crew members catalog, weigh, and secure each find, careful to maintain chain of custody and avoid contamination or loss. The river seems to respond, offering subtle hints with every shimmer under the ice, as if guiding the team toward deeper, richer veins. The mood oscillates between triumph and tension. Crew members cheer softly as a massive nugget is lifted, yet immediately tense when ice shifts beneath their feet. Fred navigates the operations with a commanding presence, balancing optimism with pragmatism. He knows that each moment is precious, extraction is finite, winter is relentless, and any misstep could undo weeks of effort. The river has revealed its bounty, but it has not yet surrendered all its secrets. Outside observers, glued to social media updates, speculate furiously. International mining communities debate whether the icy river discovery will set new records. Historians weigh in on artifact-laden nuggets, and geologists analyze images to theorize how such a multi-metal vein could have formed. The frenzy adds pressure, but the crew remains focused on the task: extract, document, preserve, and survive. As night falls, frost thickens, and the river settles into an eerie calm. The hull gleams under artificial lights. Every glimmer signals a story, every anomaly a question waiting for study. Fred stands at the edge, eyes scanning the ice and water, sensing that what they have uncovered is monumental, but the river has more to offer. He gestures toward the frozen expanse downstream, where the surface is unbroken, untouched by dredge or human ambition. Running sonar pulses across that icy stretch, confirms his instincts. Channels and metallic anomalies appear, hidden veins that have never felt a miner's touch, glinting faintly beneath jagged ice. Fred studies the readings, heart pounding. This secondary deposit could surpass everything already recovered, but the conditions are brutal. Near-freezing currents, treacherous ice, and unpredictable depths make each maneuver a gamble. He debates the risks with the crew, weighing the possibility of near-priceless treasure against frostbite, equipment loss, and the river's relentless power. One wrong move here could undo decades of effort, but the lure of what lies beneath is impossible to ignore. As preparations for the first dive begin, small accidents underscore the danger. A crew member slips on thin ice, bruising ribs but pushing on. Another suffers early-stage hypothermia, reminding everyone of the razor-thin line between audacity and disaster. Each mishap amplifies psychological tension, forcing Fred to balance daring exploration with careful management of both morale and physical safety. Evidence collected from previous logs suggests that miners from long ago may have left small caches deliberately. Insurance against failure, perhaps, or traps meant to deter rivals. The notion sends chills through the team. Every discovery could hide both fortune and peril. Meanwhile, rival mining crews quietly appear on the periphery, staking claims on adjacent sections and watching Fred's operations like predators circling fresh kills. He responds with strategic ingenuity, deploying decoy dredges and false trails designed to mislead them, buying precious time to continue extraction in secret. Yet even these measures are not enough to avoid minor skirmishes. Sled collisions, damaged equipment, and subtle sabotage escalate tension. The river itself seems to react, shifting ice and currents, creating natural obstacles that mimic the interference of human rivals. Every move is a high-stakes chess game, requiring split-second decisions and unwavering coordination. The crew accelerates operations, working at a breakneck pace to capitalize on the thaw and their window of opportunity. Extraction is no longer just about gold, it's about survival, securing territory, and maximizing the haul before winter claims the river. Sonar guides the dredges into narrow channels, lifting clusters of gold and rare minerals hidden beneath centuries of frozen silt. Sweat and frostbite mingle on the team as the river challenges both engineering skill and human endurance. Even the largest nuggets must be maneuvered with precision. Any misstep risks catastrophic machinery failure or loss of priceless material. As these efforts unfold, media attention explodes. Leaked images of partial jackpots spread across social platforms, sparking worldwide fascination. Analysts, enthusiasts, and historians weigh in, speculating on the scale, value, and significance of Fred's find. The crew, though exhausted, remains disciplined, understanding that each scoop, each observation, each cataloged nugget could cement their place in mining history. The combination of human ingenuity, extreme environment, and centuries-old hidden veins has created a narrative that grips audiences globally, blending suspense with tangible wealth. Underwater cameras capture glimpses of crystalline formations within the gold, mineral veins that seem almost alien in their geometry. These formations hint at geological processes, possibly enhanced by ancient human intervention, aligning with Fred's growing theory that the river may have been intentionally seeded over generations. Every extraction feels like uncovering not just wealth, but fragments of a long-forgotten civilization that understood both metallurgy and preservation in extreme conditions. Crew members marvel at the artistry of nature and time, their awe tempered by the constant reminder of the environment's danger. Rival crews intensify their presence, now taking more aggressive measures to stake claims and observe the haul. Fred anticipates each move, setting up hidden cameras and rerouting operations with precision to protect both men and treasure. Tensions reach a fever pitch as mechanical failures, ice shifts, and rival interference converge, but the crew persists, their discipline honed by weeks of near-constant extraction. Each successful lift brings both relief and renewed adrenaline. The stakes are higher than ever, but so too is the reward. By now, the haul has reached staggering proportions. The $44 million in gold, rare minerals, and artifact-like nuggets represents a record for cold region dredging. The crystalline patterns within the nuggets reflect a frozen river captured in time, mesmerizing in both beauty and geological complexity. The crew handles each piece with reverence, aware that these specimens are not only valuable but historically significant, potentially reshaping understanding of mining in extreme conditions. Every move is deliberate, every action measured against both risk and potential reward. As the final dredges continue to work the river, archaeologists and geologists arrive, drawn by reports of anomalies and artifacts within the gold. They inspect etched symbols, rare mineral inclusions, and unique crystalline structures, confirming suspicions that this is no ordinary find. The river has delivered not only wealth but knowledge, preserving secrets for centuries and challenging modern assumptions about ancient mining techniques and multi-metal deposits. Crew members share first-hand accounts of bravery, near misses, and moments of awe, each story adding layers to the legend of the icy river. Speculation and fan theories spread like wildfire. Social media, forums, and news outlets buzz with discussion. How much remains hidden downstream? Were previous miners aware of the mother vein? Could other frozen channels hold equal or greater wealth? The legend grows in real time, fueled by a combination of tangible haul, historical intrigue, and the near-mythical setting. Fred's haul becomes a benchmark, a symbol of extreme risk mining, daring exploration, and the tangible rewards of combining instinct, engineering, and relentless perseverance. The crew reflects quietly as extraction winds down. Frost-bitten hands clasp heavy nuggets, eyes trace the glinting veins still partially submerged beneath ice. Every story of survival, every engineering feat, every calculated risk has culminated in this moment. Even as winter begins to reclaim the river, the discovery cements itself in both mining history and public imagination. Downstream, untouched channels whisper of future possibilities, while the team, exhausted yet triumphant, understands that they have transformed a remote, frozen river into the site of a global legend. Fred Lewis looks across the river, surveying the combined haul and the frozen landscape, aware that this is not the end. The icy currents may hold more secrets, but today, the $44 million jackpot stands as a testament to perseverance, ingenuity, and the unyielding spirit of exploration. Every nugget, every mineral anomaly, every artifact-laden stone tells a story centuries in the making, and the legend of the icy river and the man who dared to chase it will endure long after the frost recedes.